This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, this is Manchester United we're talking about. And you can subscribe, like your video, take one hat off and put your United hat on, because that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah? I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'll be real. Oh yeah, I do remember. Sorry, if you might have just saw me on Never a Foul talking about everyone else's clubs. Newcastle got fists up a little bit, not too much, but enough. And don't do it again, United. I see this Cesco stuff. Don't do it. I know I hear that Antony might be going to Saudi. This rumored bid from Santi, whatever his name is, and they're rumoring that they're gonna want him. I'm not getting giddy. I mean, I'm not getting too giddy. All I know there's cash. I know if there's cash, that means United can do loads. So don't give them another L. Come on, United. Don't be nasty, man. It's bullying at this point. Sesko really wants United. He's twerking hard for us. Remember, his agent was begging for Arsenal to come back in for him. Sorry, yeah. Your agent seems like a bit of a knobhead. So cash. Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're talking about? It's Manchester United. Cash. And Malassia's going over there for cash. Oh, get your comments in. We're going to talk a little bit about the game yesterday. Obviously, Justin as well. When I say that, it was probably about an hour ago now. So Antony on his way to Al Nassr. I don't know. They're going to get João Felix. It's rumored that they also looking at Mason Greenwood. I don't think he's attainable. I don't believe Marseille would actually sell him. But how about this? We have a 50% sell-on clause on Mason Greenwood. So if they spend the bag, we're getting cash either way. Need the Saudi money. I need Watkins in my life. Go get me Edison. Oh. Yeah, man. Sorry. Money. We're broke. Sorry, people. I'm not usually like this. I'm very much like this. I think I just see everyone in the chat as well. So this is my channel. If you don't know, you can subscribe. I've got a video, or I should have a video coming out a bit later. What's the time? Much later. You know, I might even run up 2 lives today. I might just let the other one breathe a little bit. But yesterday was nothing short of a nice spectacle. I must admit, I was very impressed with a few things. I've done it on video. If you haven't seen it, then that's up to you. But do like the video. I haven't put the reminder on, so you lot can run that up. But let's just talk about yesterday first, and we can talk about Antony and all the rest of that shenanigans. Let's just call it shenanigans for now, because we don't know how true this is. We do need more confirmation than, let's say, the Santis. So, but yesterday I was definitely impressed with United. And I'm not going to say overly impressed, but on a basic, just basic stuff was getting done. That's all I must say. You know, the defense, I really like the defense. I mean, sometimes in possession, I thought Heaven was a little bit stoppy, but I'm blaming the pitch for both sides. Because you got a Graham Potter side who likes possession, didn't do much with it, but they couldn't even fizz the ball. They wanted to fizz the ball. There were certain moments where Cunha was in and he couldn't even drive with it because he kept getting caught under him. So there's just little bits and bobs, and I think it worked for both sides. They couldn't play the game they wanted to, but made the most out of it. You know, the ball just kept slowing down. There was parts of this pretty much on the left-hand flank in our first half. You couldn't even move the ball. You know, it landed perfectly when it needed to, but too much. It could have been an injury. I've got too much complaint about it, but let's not get into that whole area. De Ligt in that central centre-back. Talk to me nicely. What the hell? Talk to me nicely. this is why I've been raving about him in a centre back, because he's way more dominant than I would say Harry Maguire in box defending. I just feel like at times when it comes to Harry Maguire attacking the ball in terms of like the other end of the pitch, he might be that little bit better than De Ligt. But yeah, no, I thought United were definitely decent. Set pieces are still a little touch of a worry. There's just certain areas where I don't know, but it could be a concern. More of obviously West Ham's flavour for all of that kind of play. They love a set piece. You got Souček, you got Rodriguez, you got decent guys. Tadebo's got a good lead on him. Kilman's got a goal in him or two. Wan-Bissaka was cooking a little bit as well. So for me, on my standards, you can call me a little bit toxic positive, if you wish, or just positive. I just refuse to be negative as a whole. I just don't like that. So if you haven't known what I'm like when it comes to Manchester United, you could call me #deluded. But yeah, the press. I think the most notable thing was the press. At times, United could have been a little bit better in certain areas. Took about 15 minutes before or 10 minutes before United wanted to really put the gas on. Got tired though around the 60th minute roughly. You can evidently see when the centre back's not being really in tune with the central midfield, and it's like, okay, but where's the communication? That's the most negative thing I could say. I see Amram doesn't trust Biyinde to go short. I think yesterday was quite evident why we don't go short with him. You can't play short on that pitch. Look at West Ham; they conceded a goal from trying to play out short. We could, straight into Kobe Mainoo, great anticipation for that goal. Bruno's goal was sensational. That was the goal. But if we're going off the first half, the combinations down the left they were really, really nice. Cunha, Dorgu doesn't have to play with Garnacho. There was a lot, and this is why you don't give up on players so soon when they've just come from another league, especially mid-season, especially with a crap side. You let him land and let him adjust a little bit. Now Dorgu, people say, oh, last 2 games, Dorgu was really good, looks really positive. I mean, can he work on his crossing in certain areas? Yeah, sure. But it's about translating that to the other side. I don't know what was going on with Ahmad, but I don't know if it's instruction or he was in the mood or maybe he just couldn't play with Bruno. I don't know what the reasons were, but he seemed like I couldn't even see him in the whole television, On the pitch, I could see that he's all the way back. He's more close to the likes of Euro. And I don't know what it was. I think he played a little bit more inverted. But then at times, when we say, he's getting so wasted at right wing back, before you know, he's in a goal-scoring position. But that's what Ahmad does. Ahmad sets the press. Yesterday, the commentators are talking about how Ahmad was gearing up everyone to get to pressing. So he was definitely one that was shouting on top of Bruno. And Amram as well. Like Amram didn't even have to do a lot. So it was nice to see for that, at least for 45 minutes, United are winning the ball back, setting traps. It's just basic principles. It's basic principles. Xerxes will be back against Bournemouth, he said. Yeah, Xerxes back against Bournemouth, and so is Anana. So he's fine. And Mbumo's not going to play. And that was the biggest disappointment. It's not seeing Mbumo a part of that whole thing. Obviously, he hasn't been training. He needs to get up to scratch. Fair play, but probably will play against Everton, probably with a bunch of the rubbish youngsters. I don't think he'll play straight away. But again, another thing I liked is that Amram wanted these lot to play for most of the match, where like 65 minutes. So I thought that was something that was like, cool, we get to see these lot again. I thought I was getting annoyed. I don't know about you guys that were watching it. I'm going to guess there's a lot of Man United fans in here. But when I was watching it on my own watch along, I was getting really annoyed at the thought that I've got to watch Casemiro come on. I've got to watch Mason Mount. I've probably got to watch another youngster that I'm not really rating. Like Jack Fletcher's got a lot of shoes to fill. I don't know if he's a 10. I feel like he'd be better in the 8. Whoever's going to go up front, Cheeto, not really been impressed with him. His efforts were quite annoying, just jogging everywhere. You got 20 minutes, bust a gut. If you're not going to get the ball, then you bust a gut. That's how I've always known football, personally. So, a little bit lackluster. I thought that, what? One thing I didn't like as well, and you have to be consistent, is Luke Shaw once again showing why he is a lazy git. I'm not calling Cheeto a stinker yet. He's so young, and United needs to be catered towards. I think he's one of them players where you need to set up chance for him and you get the best out of him. I don't think you're going to get him. It's like Martial. Martial's not a mad presser, but he's just not as technical as him. I'm going to reserve judgment, obviously, because we ain't seen enough. You can clearly see that's a kid's body, innit? He needs a lot of game time to develop. But regardless of all of that stuff, my whole thing with the second half, especially, was just the quality, man. The quality in drop off. Look how unbalanced it is. And I'm not even going to say that the first team of yesterday was quality, there's still moments where it lacked that final product. You know, bar Cunha just running all over the gaff, doing what he does best. You know, and also Bruno Fernandes, he's just so much better when he's in one of them forward positions, right? I know he gave the ball away a couple times in some dumb areas, but he shouldn't really be there. But he's just much better forward in the 10, maybe more than the 8. I would like to see that against a better opposition. I feel like we're going to learn a lot more against the likes of Bournemouth. They're much more highly physical team than West Ham, I'd say. They love pressing and they just don't stop. So if we can play out some of them traps, then that would be interesting. You know, Wan-Bissaka was cooking Dorgu a little bit. I mean, where was that? Wait, by the way, where has Wan-Bissaka turned into like one of the most ultimate wingbacks I've seen since like what, Victor Moses? Like what? He's turned into Victor Moses, and his unorthodox dribbling just looks orthodox now. Like he gallops. Like like where was that under United? Anytime he had the ball under us, maybe it was lack of confidence, but that man is stripping. He turned some of the plays into strippers last year. He looks like their biggest. You know, the man is pointing in time. Yeah, it's like, am I in a parallel universe? Because Wan-Bissaka looks like West Ham's best attacking player. I mean, Dorgu had him. He had Dorgu. I hear it. And the pitch was difficult to get any acceleration, like a proper acceleration off, because it just, I don't know why, but it looked like it was a little bit difficult. Maybe the grass was a little bit long. But what world are we living in? Like, where we at? Where we at? Because I'm trying to learn how Wan-Bissaka does so much in such little time. And I was thinking, ooh, if I knew this, I wouldn't make him sign a new contract, man. I need that. He's better. How can we say Wan-Bissaka is better than Delo at attacking? And his crossing's actually decent. Big props to him, man. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. So he's in his happy place, I suppose. When you're playing for a team that's not got, like, I don't know, a lot of pressure around it, there's a big difference. It's a big difference, yeah. When teams are attacking you, there's a lot more space to maybe attack, and you know, you're going to definitely go and see a space of, oh, you know what, I think I can do something there, compared to when it's a low block and you barely got room to maneuver. But yeah, no, he can low, yeah, he's got a little something. So I don't know, man. I don't know where we saw this with Wan-Bissaka. I'm just gobsmacked, I must admit. But yesterday, if you haven't seen my video, my praise goes to a certain few. Dorgu, Cunha and Dorgu were definitely the best on the pitch. Give me a sec. The gal's ringing me. Yeah, the best two players for me on the pitch overall was definitely Dorgu and Cunha. Cunha and them two they were just doing everything correct, because the left hand side was cooking. But it's the ones that were definitely allowed them to cook that wasn't far behind. I don't think we're going to see a lot of the pivot, because I don't know what Amrim's got in mind. There might be even in the world where he somehow drops Bruno, but I don't see that, because Bruno's he's got too much to his game to ignore. So that's why you knew the centre mid. But the Ugarte Mainu, I thought Mainu was brilliant. That's if you want Mainu to do something other than doing his weird little flicks, like be more. I would say my only criticism of Mainu was be a little bit less sloppy with the ball at times, in terms of when you're passing it, like these little flicks. Don't flick it into someone. You can definitely do a lot more with the ball. Maybe it comes down to fitness or match sharpness. But him like driving up the pitch, carrying the ball, linking up that left-hand side, I thought that was definitely a pairing, or a trio of pairing that I want to see. Højlund even busted. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw a lot going on. No, I've got someone I'm redirecting to. Anyways, as I was saying, we've got another United channel we're going to redirect to afterwards. But big up for the lookout. That's nice of you, I must admit. If Saeed wanted one, he'd ask me, to be fair. Yeah, again, sorry, getting off track. That trio I really liked. The other one was Ugarte. And you know I do Ugarte prop round here on this channel. And I've been saying, don't give up on a man. It's only one game. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But the adjustment, again, why is it? Look, be honest with yourselves. If you're a United fan, you don't have to like him. I'm not trying to tell you to like him. I do believe he's got his limitations. But why is it, when it comes to Manchester United, when there's certain players, favourites, you can call them, everyone's allowed 12 months to potentially, you know, get to grips with the game, whatever. Part of a shit United team, but that certain player, just because you don't like him, is not allowed that, I don't know, that time to adjust. I think that's the best way to put it. The time to adjust. Other teams, they allow their players to adjust. Like they don't mind. Like, the way I'm finding it, well, the way I find it is that other fans allow them to adjust. Maybe because they're part of better setups. You know, they're allowed to land when they land, right? They give them that grace. But when it comes to ourselves as Man United fans, maybe because we're so desperate, I do this sometimes myself. But I gave Højlund 18 months. I think we're allowed to give everyone else 18 months to land if they come from another league, or especially if they're very young. You know, Dorgu got given 3 months. Nice shit, get rid of him. Go get a new wing back. Why? Let him land. That's what. And again, Ugarte playing on the front foot rather than the back foot of defending. I feel like, again, it was a bit of a surprise. There was moments where I thought, you know, towards that he got really tired. You don't want to gas him out too much, but I feel like he can still do a job in this team against certain games, and certain games you don't need him. That's up to Amram to decide where he's going to be most effective. But in terms of the stopping, the way he played the 8s, Amram said to Stephen Howson, if you haven't seen his video, go watch it yourself. He posted it last night. Stephen Howson was asking him a couple questions, and he was asking about the roles of the central midfielders. Amram purposely told him, not a media answer, this is according to Stephen Howson. I do quite like his content sometimes. I think he's a dickhead of a guy, but from what I've gathered, he seems like he's hot and cold with people. But I do like watching his content, I must admit. I think he speaks a lot of sense that I like. Amram deployed you remember this? It looked like we had like 5 defenders and 2 DMs, right? It looked like we had like pretty much of a back 7. But he said the difference is like it's going to be different because back last year I had to play with 2 6s to kind of shore up things because it was a mess. Don't quote me word for word, but now he likes playing with 8s. He likes one of the 8s being a 8/6 more defensive to clean up, take off the defense, which is like, okay, you don't really want Ugarte back to goal, do you? Like the one that's going to receive it. So that's kind of, where does that go? We'll see what happens there. You might get better at it. And the other one he likes is a more box-to-box that gets involved with their attack. And he said you're going to see more of 8s doing his 8s, exactly like we saw yesterday. But the issue is you still need one of them players that have a bit of a belabor about them, you know, a Caicedo about them. Someone that's going to definitely... I wanted to see him, to see what he can do. Sekou Kone. I know he's not going to get 20 minutes. It's not going to give him enough time to develop any sort, especially under that second team, but I really like to see what he can do. So that's where I'm kind of sitting with this whole thing at the moment. I wonder what United's got plans, because I don't want to get too overly gassed about one situation. It's one game. It's West Ham. The midfield is sluggish. They're slow. You know, the wing backs can definitely. That Juf is, oh my god, that Juf is absolutely. Yeah, man. Is it subscribe only? I don't know if I did that or not. Let me double check that. Sorry. He's rapid, man. I feel like he's going to be worth a lot of money. I'm telling you now, yeah, that kid there is, the Senegalese guy. He ripped up England different. All right, you know what? Let me go through some of your comments. What did you guys find yesterday? I thought, you know what? And obviously, of course, props to the defense. I feel like the defense were in tune with one another. For once. I thought they were quite in tune and they were quite comfortable. And Mazraoui's yet to come back. He's carrying a little bit of a knock himself. All right, there we go. If anyone wants to subscribe, there we go. We're on 74 likes with 7. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Wait, why is there over 700 people in it? I big up this. I've been acting blind. Hey, what are you lot doing? What are you lot doing? I appreciate it. Let me go through some of your chats. So if you're a rival fan or, you know, just a Man United fan, it doesn't matter. And Mbeumo at wingback over Ahmad would be class. Nah, Mbeumo scored 20 goals. Why would you want him at wingback? In my opinion, maybe there might be situations where he can do that, but no. I want him in front of goal. You can see yesterday evidently why you needed him in front of goal. Yeah, smash the likes, people, man. I appreciate anyone that wants to smash the likes. You can get this up to 200 just like that. So love that. We got issue with Bruno when Mbeumo comes. Bruno isn't going to play in the 10. He has to go in the midfield. So either be Kobe or Ugarte. I feel like Amram's going to have more trust in Ugarte. I think Kobe's got a lot to learn still. And I don't mind Kobe learning because we don't need to put so much pressure on Kobbie Mainoo so young. Remember, he is 19 years of age. He's got abundance of talent. And I agree with what Rio said on his own, let's call it a mini preview, right? Is that United should build around him. You know, when Bruno leaves, the successor to Bruno should be Mainoo. Mainoo is an 8, an attacking box-to-box 8 that can get back, do a shift, and then go from there. You need to build a team around that man. He's that good. He's that good. He will be the guy that succeeds. And I feel like United need to put a plan together, get him a new contract, and say this is what it's going to be. Bruno's legs will go at some point. He runs his socks off. 6,000 minutes per season at times, especially when we got the European games and we're going further in competitions. He plays a lot of minutes. Bruno's minutes do need to get reduced, and we need to rely on Bruno a lot less. AK, hence bring in Cunha, bring in the likes of Mbeumo. Not everything should be on Bruno Fernandes to get us over the line. Yesterday, yet again, Bruno gets us over the line. Pre-season friendly or not. Penalty, the goal, that goal was wicked. He owed us that, by the way, from missing the first, that one-on-one. But bar that, that's where I'm at with that. We need to find a succession plan off of him. But even in this midfield, you can see the likes when Casemiro comes on or anybody else. Toby Collier, I still like him a lot. I think there's a lot to bring, but it's still very basic. Casemiro can't be playing next season. He's the guy you want to bring on for the last 20 minutes to sharp shot and then get and pretty much save the game, make sure it's 2-0, 2-1, save the lead. Do you know? I think if you reduce Casemiro to that role, he'd be happy, see out his contract, and that's that. But he's not the one that you say, let's say, I don't know, we got an injury, we need to play Casemiro in that role. That should not be an option. I'm sorry. He's as fit as the man can be. It gets to a point where you say, enough is enough. You can't see Bruno and Casemiro in the midfield together. It's too slow. It's way too slow. I love what he can do, though, man. He's captain material. He's a leader. I love what Casemiro has done, but I'm not basing this just on preseason match sharpness, but he can't start, man. We know this. We know this all as fans, rival fans. You can see it yourselves. And I think the likes of even Amrim talking about the pace of the game in the middle of the park is too slow. Hence why I think he actually moved Mainoo into the 8 rather than into the 10. He needed someone to progress the ball a lot better, close down the ball a lot better. Because when Bruno does go into the 8, we do lose a little bit of that, I don't know, that, quick smash on the player. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like Kobbie Mainoo linking up with Cunha, that could be his role for the season. You might find him in a 10. You might find him doing both. I don't know. Might even find him doing defensive work a lot more. We'll see. We got lots of time. This manager loves runners. No footballing ability or IQ. I disagree. Just run and tackle, I disagree again. There's a reason why Oyedele and Gore were sold and Kone hasn't been playing, but that was not under this manager. And also, then Oyedele gets sold while Ten Hag was there. Ten Hag had Oyedele. Was he sold then? I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure. Is he had 2 years away or 1 year? It might have been sold under Ineos. I'm not fast. Dan Gore kept getting injured, even though he's a wicked player. I don't know. You know what I'm finding is, even with comments like that, you're entitled to it as much as you want. But any excuse to shit on this manager, you lot are so quick. Even when it's props, I'm about to give Højlund some prop. How about that? I'm about to give Højlund some prop. I thought Højlund I saw Højlund that first came into the yesterday. Like, there was a difference in Højlund of last year compared to what I saw in preseason to this one. Is he the man to lead the line at United? No. But it does not mean we can't give the man his flowers. Like, yeah, he put in a shift. His finishing was diabolical. He should have put that first chance away. That would have shot him right up. His confidence went right through the roof. Do you know what I mean? And a couple of the other shots, I mean, other than that pass to Cunha, I mean, you got to be careful. I'm still going to blame the pitch. I'm sorry. But another shot, I think he should be doing he ballooned it. Yeah, look, come on, man. I'm not saying he's going to be that guy, because he's not that guy, but it was all right. I'm just going off yesterday. His runs were effective. He was dragging out Tadibo as much as possible. It is what it is. We just need to score more goals. Come on down, Mbeumo. So that's why we need Mbeumo. Even Ahmad in front of goal. He's quite good in front of goal, isn't he? Ahmad. But Ahmad's relentless. Yeah, we definitely need a striker. I agree, but it just doesn't mean we need to shit on players 24/7, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, not all the time. It's like, bro, we won a game of football convincingly. Do you know how long I've been waiting? Even if it's a preseason game or not, I need to see something going into this Arsenal game. We might have a little bit of an advantage against Arsenal. Like Gabriel, let's see where his fitness gets. He should be just returning to some training next week or in the following days. You know, Gyökeres might take some time to get up to scratch with things. You know, he hasn't had no preseason whatsoever, let alone individual training sessions, a bit like Mbeumo. But Mbeumo's just had an extra week to get to grips, which is it's a week more. And also on top of that, Calafiori just get injured. Obviously, I hope he's all right. I don't really care if he plays or not. But we might have a little bit, you know, a little bit something. No, if you looked at yesterday, that pitch was horrendous. Did you not notice? Is it just me? Or did anybody notice that all the players on both sides stopped doing these crazy turns and sprints? Cunha felt it. Did you not see when Cunha felt it? He done one turn and then he pointed to his ankle and he didn't do it after that. He done like a sharp turn. Fuck that. No, he said, nah, forget that. Even Kobe likes doing those sort of turns, them sharp turns, slows it right down. Because you have to. When have any of you ever played on a dry pitch and how much that puts pressure on your ankles? It's not the one. Should be a complaint in there. But overall, yeah, look, I'm happy. Let me get some of your other comments. After Heaven won the penalty, I noticed how bad the pitch was. It was nasty. I big up a gal in the chat. I need to mod you. I'm going to be ready in the next 10. Ugarte had an all right game, but he's still not good enough. PSG let him go for a reason. He's shaky on the ball, no composure, always close to a mistake, not the kind of player to elevate United. You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but he had a good game yesterday. Whether you like it or not, take the hate goggles off. He had a good game. Right now, United are not in a position to be anywhere near PSG, so I'm not gonna go off of that part. Not for me. This summer 2020, that summer 23, Ten Hag literally demanded the ball to sign all of those players. That has to go down as the worst transfer in terms of value for money. He is the most backed manager post Sir Alex Ferguson. He really set us backwards because I feel like Oyedele would have a good time here, and I thought Alvaro Fernandez could have had some sort of role as well. Might be missing a couple other players. Kobe M, Bruno's crap. Come on, man. Was getting in the way of Cunha, and Bruno also couldn't drive with the ball. No one could drive with the ball. But you see the difference when Cunha's got the ball in the way he does drive. I think that's just a big part of the game. Yeah, Oyedele had a little something about him. I admit he did. Big up Amir, man. Ugarte even got played at right back because he wasn't good enough. Yeah, some coaches demand different things. Big up to you, Caspro. I hope, bro, I agree the pitch. Yeah. It's all rubbish. But scrap the game. We might have Antony. We might have Saudi money involved. I just need to know how credible this is, because I don't know how credible Saudi sources are exactly. I don't know who to look for, say, oh, if he says it, then that's definitely a given. You know, apparently the one that did quote it's got some links with Al Nassr. So if Al Nassr are one of the most richest clubs, then either way, I feel like if Antony's open to joining Saudi, there must have been something going on. To be saying that, there must be an offer on the table of some sort that we don't know about, that's not being reported. It's just, I feel like maybe it's coming to light only now. United, I hope this whole Real Betis stuff has stopped. Like, they're not going to pay for you. They don't want to pay your wages, you know, as well. Go to Saudi. Go play with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's what? He's probably one of his idols. I have no idea. You speak the same language. There's a lot of Portuguese around that speak Portuguese around the league. I think he'll be in good hands. I mean, I'm hoping it's 40 million. The rumors are it's around 40 million that Al Nassr will bid or another club will bid. We just don't know how sure this is. But one thing we definitely know is that United want 32.5 million. You know what we can do with 32.5 million even in cash, let alone 40 million in cash? United's whole issue is not PSR, it's cash. So if you want to go get Watkins, and I said this yesterday, I said this to Marcus, if Marcus is in the chat, if Watkins is to cost 50 million, United amortize that deal over 5 years. That's what they're going to accept. You only need 10 million in cash. So out of that 40 million in cash, you're going to give 10 million for Watkins. If they wanted something less, then it's even better. If they amortize over 4 years, then it's going to be roughly about 12.5 million. If I'm correct, 12.5, 25, 50. Yeah, just as a base. So United having that cash does a lot for us. And it could unlock our whole window. When you're talking about, do we need a keeper? Cool, we can go get that one. Is it Larmans? Is it Emi Martinez? I don't know, is it Donnarumma these days since he's getting linked? Is it Cesco going to be the striker? Is it Edison, the central midfield that you really want? Can you go and get him rumoured around 60 million? Not going to Saudi as it seems. I don't know what's happening there. You know, talking about that, they're not going to want to deal. And, you know, when it comes to Italian clubs, they're not going to care about if it's amortized over 3, 4, 5 years. They just want to know that they're getting a profit or not. So for me, if you can go get Edison and the likes of Ollie Watkins, yeah, it's going to be around 50 million, I reckon, on average, if you're going to think about that, then I feel like United should go all out. The issue is we're in a window where we need to spend the amount of money that Arsenal are spending, let alone Liverpool, of course, but that's just too unrealistic. Imagine that. I don't feel like, I was about to call him Asmus as well, you know, you're crazy. I don't feel like Højlund's going to go anywhere. I feel like he's going to stay. He's going to be the understudy. I don't care if he's the understudy. If Watkins comes in the door, if Mateta comes in the door, Antony's out, Sancho's yet to go. We'll see what happens with Garnacho, and we don't have to rely on that. That's the bit of hope. The bit of hope that we can have is that we don't have to rely on the Garnacho cell, put in his position in a little bit more of a, I don't know, more relaxed. He could do what he needs to do. So for me, if you can go and do that, and Højlund's your second striker for the season, I don't care. I really don't. I don't. He's an option. If he goes out on loan, he's one less player. If he's there, whatever. I don't feel like any other club in world football right now wants to take Højlund, and I don't know if United will sanction a loan. If he's promising in his pre-season and he shows a little something, maybe a club might look at that and say, oh, you know what? We'll take him on loan, see what he can do for us. And then United have one less problem to deal with because he's not that good of a footballer. But we'll see what happens. So according to Fabrizio, this whole Cesco stuff. So we might as well link everything all in one. So Cesco is the conversation. So United hasn't exactly made up their minds. Is it Cesco? Is it Watkins? We got Cesco twerking, shaking his bum, proper Nyash up in here, yeah? Proper like when in Amorim and United, he's open to this special club. You know, that's what Fabrizio is described as special clubs. Am I quite confused about the FFP and that? I think I am. I might be, you know, Peter. I thought FFP, you're fine. But in terms of cash-wise, you can't put nothing up because you're broke. So that's where I'm kind of at that, like that. So if someone can explain, I'm pretty sure we're fine on. I saw our PSR. Our PSR looks like it's well in the clear. Well in the clear. We got a cash and double, an injection by the likes of flipping what's his name, Ratcliffe. So I'm pretty sure when it comes to cash, you can't amortize that. You need cash to amortize stuff. No. I'm quite confident. I think I even read that up. But anyways, Sesko or Watkins, next 7 to 10 days is going to be interesting. Don't let poor Newcastle have nothing. Because, yeah, we have no cash flow. The cash flow is shocking, allegedly. If we don't get Sesko, and I see Newcastle going for Watkins, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to be pissed off differently. I'm not the biggest fan of Sesko. I'll take him, but not for the amount that they want. They want 60 million for him. That's pretty much having a whole expectation of what Højlund was. 72 million. What's the big difference? They want 60 million. When I'm hearing Fabrizio saying, you know, Leipzig, they want 70 million euros, 80 million euros, plus some add-ons, and you can there get Sesko. I don't want to hear that bullshit. What do you mean 70 to 80 million euros? Go suck out. What do you mean that much money? This guy's getting on my nerves. That brickhead is getting on my absolute tits. The same updates. 80 million euros. You're having a laugh, mate. If he's twerking to leave and he's got this gentleman's agreement, I swear Arsenal had a gentleman's agreement before, and when Arsenal were trying to get him, they said no. So what do you think we're gonna do? Sesko might be much better than Højlund, but Watkins is much better than both of them put together. Sesko has to be a 55 million deal, and I can't accept it. I really can't. I mean, look, I like he runs in behind. He's got a decent ball strike on him, but his shot selection's way off. He's got a lot to learn. I don't really want another striker that's got a lot to learn. Not for me. I don't care if we got Vivel or not. Leipzig are no joke. Yeah, and they've got Klopp running their stuff now. So Klopp's going to try and make sure that they're going to penny pinch as much as they can if we can afford it. If United are saying no to Watkins, why are you going to say yes to the likes of Sesko? You're not providing a lot for Watkins, then you're pretty much saying, oh, I'm interested in Sesko, knowing his price, but you're telling Aston Villa you're not going to pay 60 million for the guy who's clearly better and he's got more to offer you in the next 2-3 years, potentially, obviously, but he's more proven. So I don't get this decision making. If it's going to be next week, It's going to be crucial. Internal meetings. I mean, how many internal meetings do you need to discuss a striker? Can you not just sit down with your mates, like it should be your mates, in 1 hour, 2 hours, gather up all the details you need for said strikers and just make a decision? Why do you need like 3 weeks to decide? But then again, we don't know that. It could already be sorted. So I don't want Cesco. I don't want Cesco. Who do you lot want? Cesco or Watkins? Oh, by the way, we're not even on 200 likes. Can we get this to 200 likes? Cesco. Oh my God. I'd rather pay 45 million plus whatever for Watkins than Cesco. Yeah, we got Xerxes. Xerxes and Watkins could work well too. Oh my God. Look, where are my Watkins guys? All right, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Watkins. Come on. Don't you feel like we need to eliminate risk and not think of the future? Can we not get Cesco maybe next year then? Like, his price must go down. Can we not get him next year? If he goes Newcastle, I don't really give a toss. I want the Dutch police to investigate Tenok and SEG. I hear it. Evan Nilsson, too much money, man. Watkins is too old. See, I'm not a part of that. He's too old. I feel like we need to get something now that's going to do us service for the next 2 to 3 years and get the next best young striker that comes through within that time. I think we need to eliminate the risk. I don't think there's anything wrong with Watkins. I want guaranteed goals. Do you want to get back into the Champions League or not? That's where I'm kind of at. I don't feel like Watkins is a poor investment. I feel like you can get him for something cheaper, but yeah, sure. I think you can put him on a 4-year deal as well. Yeah, bullshit. I think 2 old is bullshit. I think he's a great age. He's a prime striker that can do you a job and get you like at least 15 goals on average, plus a hefty amount of assists. We'll see. We'll see what happens. With 21 likes off of 200, if you could do that, big up. I'm gonna be redirecting over to United Plus. They're going live right now. So if you're a supporter of United, if you're a supporter of myself, then you're gonna like the next stream. I'm gonna drop a video later, so do watch out for that. And I'm gonna drop out some more stuff on Never a Foul, obviously. So love for that, people. Make sure you subscribe as well. And big up to yourselves, man. In a bit.